Good morning. I am here. Scott is making his way here, but I thought I'd start this morning. Why not, right, Scott?
Good job, Dillon.
Thanks. Thank you for joining us here on this Facebook Live. Scott, you can come into the frame now. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. We're live on Facebook every morning, sometime about 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
we're also on our Inform YouTube channel, your favorite podcast platform, which I'm a Spotify guy.
Yeah.
I know there's some Apple Music people out there. Are there any other podcasts? Apple Podcasts?
So many.
Probably. And inform.com/podcast and look for the Inform Minute. And you can find us. Or maybe that's where you found us, actually.
Yeah, you can find us almost anywhere. You
Yeah.
can get Dillon, me.
Lisa
whoever's on-
sometimes,
yeah,
she's here.
whoever's on
Lydia
first.
coming back soon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, everyone's here.
Thank you, Dillon, for introing
You
the
bet. All by
podcast.
myself. I did it.
He's a grown-up. All right, let's check out the weather. Starting out with some showers and
Yep.
scattered storms this morning.
Yeah, so there are scattered showers and storms out there this morning. They're rolling their way to the east. They have definitely weakened from early this morning when we were all sleeping. But they're still out there, and we'll continue those probably throughout the morning. There's a possibility for some redeveloping storms into the afternoon, but those should not be as widespread, and they will not be, they could be strong. One or two could be strong, but I really don't think it's going to be anything crazy. Overnight tonight into tomorrow, I expect some morning fog, and then tomorrow starts the heat and humidity.
Yeah.
Really not a lot of wind tomorrow, so it's going to make it feel a lot warmer. A breeze on Saturday, which will make it feel more comfortable Saturday, but it will also be increasing the dew points and a little bit of the heat into Sunday. So Sunday is going to be a hot day. Before thunderstorms roll through Sunday night into Monday, bring us cooler, more comfortable weather next week.
All right.
So, yeah, get ready for the heat. One last push of summer. Here it comes.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be warm and sticky on Sunday.
Yeah, it's gonna be disgusting, gross. What other bad words? A little heat and humidity doesn't bother me, but this much we're gonna have on Sunday, that does. It's gonna
All
be
right.
disgusting.
Well, we'll brace for it.
Yeah, you better.
Thanks, Dillon.
You bet.
All right, this morning we are working to find out more about a shooting that happened in South Fargo. The call came in shortly after 9 o'clock last night to the America's Best Value Inn. However, most of the police activity happened behind the PetroServe gas station off of 13th Avenue. We know an ambulance was parked there. Police were interviewing a woman and a juvenile. Police say the person who was hit by a bullet refused medical care. They wouldn't tell officers what happened. So because of that, we're still working to find out what happened, who was shot, if anyone was arrested, could be arrested, or face any charges. So stick with us for updates on that story. A man facing murder charges is back in court today in Moorhead. He faces up to 40 years in prison. 35-year-old Jamal Ahmed is charged with second-degree murder. According to police, Ahmed shot and killed 37-year-old Frankie Torres July 24th near MSUM. The men apparently got into a fight over a woman who was allegedly sexually assaulted. However, the two men are not accused in that sexual assault that potentially happened. Just one of 3 homicides in Moorhead that's happened in just the last month, so detectives there have been very busy. More students headed back to school today. Exciting time for them. That includes Northern Cass, Jamestown, several others. And as kids get ready to go back to school, as they're getting back in the classroom, it's a good time to remind them of ways to avoid getting sick and staying healthy. One way to prevent illness, probably the best way, is practicing good hand hygiene for these kids. That means washing hands before school, before eating, after school as well. Being well rested helps. Eating healthy, of course. Drinking plenty of water. Flu vaccinations also should be widely available within the coming weeks here as we get into September and then, of course, October as well. Today, the Minnesota State Fair kicks off in the Twin Cities. There are some changes this year, specifically to like the agriculture exhibits with animals because of the spread of bird flu to cows. Mainly, that's going to mean for you, no live births at the fair this week to watch, but there is still plenty of animals, food, and fun at the State Fair. Goes today through Labor Day. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is the talk of the political world this morning. He spoke at the DNC last night about his time as governor. He also attacked the Republican ticket, calling their agenda weird, wrong, dangerous, lots of other things. The DNC, it wraps up tonight. Vice President Kamala Harris will be on the stage giving a speech as she accepts the nomination for president. You can watch all of that on WDAY. Today on Hot Mic with Don Mizzo, the longest running golf tournament in the city returns to Fargo Country Club this week. A preview of the Bobcat Open, plus the start of a new high school football season is just one day away in North Dakota. We'll check in with one of the state's top 9-man teams. Hot Mic is live from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and on Inform.com. Don't forget, you can get a 99-cent subscription for your first 3 months to Inform.com right now by going to our website, Inform.com/subscribe. You'll find the deal there. And then, of course, we're on air the rest of the day as well. Next newscast at 11, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And I'll be back tomorrow morning with Dillon for your Friday edition of First News from 5 to 7 a.m. So be sure to join us then. Have a great day, everyone.